Hi everyone, this is wrapping up our league with Jeskai Kiki control. We are actually 2-2. We've lost to colorless Eldrazi, and we lost to goblins. Not really worried about the goblins matchup. The reason we lost to Eldrazi was because of a misclick. It was really unfortunate. Basically, I was pathing a Reality Smasher, and when it asked if I wanted to discard, I accidentally clicked no while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to discard, and so it didn't do anything, and I died. But it did seem like a winnable matchup. The main deck spreading seas, they haven't really been too thrilling. I might just make them something else, but I wanted to give it a shot. Anyway, it looks like our event is here, so let's go ahead and jam it. I will play first. Gonna mulligan this. Gonna mulligan this. Gonna keep this. Going to put the land on the bottom and play this. Okay, well, not an ideal start. Island. Well, there's one reason. Well, I guess I wasn't going to fetch anyway because I want to draw lands. Alright, well that happened. So I guess you get a +1 counter. +1/+1 counter. And I'm going to play... I think I'm going to get a Hallowed Fountain. And then play a Wall of Omens. Land. Not a land. But at least we cantripped, so there is that. So maybe this is just some kind of Merfolk deck. Kosi's Trickster down here in the 2-2 bracket. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to kill this. And I want this to... See, so right now it's going to be a 2-2. So I could just I could get a mountain here and shoot Lord of Atlantis. I could also get a mountain and electrolyze Lord of Atlantis, which I think I like better. This becomes a 3-3, but we still have a bolt for it. The only downside is if he plays another Lord. But I'm just going to do it. Okay, so... Yeah, I think we just want a mountain. So if he has another Lord to play, then obviously we're going to take like 4 here, but after that we will be able to bolt the Lord and then bolt Trickster. Island Walk is no fun. Okay, so I don't think we want him to untap. Let's see. Do we want to make double red with blue or the red? I think we do it like this. and bolt this. And then attempt to bolt this. He could have a spell pierce. He did not. Hold on, what was this? As an additional cost to cast. Oh, okay, he just revealed another Silvergale Adept. Oh, he can just reveal Silvergale to itself, I guess? I suppose. So I've like... Well, I guess we'll see. If he taps up for a Lord is what I was going to say. I think we are for sure snap bolting it. If we draw a land, we'll probably snap electrolyze it. I think that's what he's considering. The long pause just sitting on his main face makes me think he's debating heavily whether or not he should tap out here. Or just wait for something else. Lots of Silvergale Adepts, lots of cards drawn. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to pass. Spreading Seas are white source. Interesting. Let's see. So, if you play Restoration Angel and he has a Lord, which he probably does, then we take 4. No, we take 6, which would be really gross. If we monolith this, like the only reason we even care about playing Restoration Angel right now is he's eating up a white source. I think we just have to be okay with it. I mean, it's annoying for sure, but I guess I could have floated a white, actually. Then if you played a Lord or just started passing priority, yeah, because I could have floated a white, and then he's passed priority. I could have flashed in Restoration Angel, but it's not available to me now. Let's see. I think I'm just going to block here. The thing is, I really don't want to use my... If I can help it, I really don't want to use my... Alright, well this is kind of annoying. Mana Leak's probably not going to do much, so I am going to leak. I think I for sure just electrolyze right now. represent, so make blue red. Represent a bolt. Play a land. Pass. So this will get a Sacred Foundry. Four cards. If we can. Okay. Two cards in hand. One of them is a Harbinger of the Tides. Alright, so he can play Harbinger here at instant speed. Let's see what he chooses to do. If possible, I think I'd prefer to... Yeah, okay, so Harbinger. So we can snap Mana Leak, which I'm actually okay with. I think that's fine, actually, because it... Well, let's see. We let it resolve. Snap Electrolyze, actually. That's what I think I'd want to do. Yeah. So let this resolve. No legal targets. And then, let's see. Electrolyze this. So now I'm willing to, or open to, bolting something if we can in a turn, and then I can bounce Snapcaster Mage and buy back another bolt. Although, I guess, actually we do have this mountain in play, so that is annoying. Path would be fantastic. So I guess he just gets, oh, you know, yeah, he gets from all these triggers as well. All right, so let's see. So now that it's protection from red, I guess I can't even target it with a bolt. Yeah. Just making sure. Okay, well, that is what it is. So it's like draw a path or die, basically. And if we do that, we're going to, we're not going to have enough white actually to to path everything like that we'd like to. This would be perfect right now to path and then Restoration Angel, Blink, Snapcaster Mage, path again. That would be beautiful. It's unfortunately not going to happen. I can't think of a way out of this. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay, so I think these are okay. I think as a static caster is okay. We definitely want these. Let's see. Wall of Omens doesn't seem great. Mana Leaks don't seem great. I didn't see Aether Vial. I'm assuming he has it. Remands don't seem great. Spell Snare seems reasonable. The removal seems reasonable. I definitely don't think we want that many Spreading Seas. I mean, I can see a couple for the Mutavaults. I know that they play Spell Pierce sometimes. So these Cryptics probably really aren't very good at all. I mean, there's lots of stuff. I don't really care for... I'm not even sure I really care for the combo right now. Negate does stop Spreading Seas. Negate does not really seem like it's what I want. Unless we think he's going to play Chalice. I've seen these decks play Chalice. I've actually brought a Negate for Chalice and been lucky enough to negate a Chalice. Tough decisions. I'm keeping the Cryptics basically just to tap his team and draw a card if we're looking for a Supreme Verdict, and I don't even know if that's reasonable. Okay, so this hand has a removal spell, a spell snare, and a Snapcaster Mage, and I believe that that has to be good enough. I mean, could mulligan to look for a Wrath, but I don't think that's what we want to do. This can answer a potential Lord or Spreading Seas. Obviously, Path to Exile's removal. And we can kind of fearlessly go Celestial Colonnade turn 1 here, so that's what we're going to do. Yep. Not at all surprising. Deck is much more difficult to play against when they're playing Vile. I'm just going to play this Flooded Strand. I know I could play Colonnade, but I don't want to, like, if there's something to Spell Snare, I don't want him to be able to flash in a Curse Catcher and counter it. Oops. So I'm very happy to trade a Spell Snare for a Lord of Atlantis here. Alright, so let's fetch and get a... Kosi's Trickster. Okay. Think I'm just going to get a Sacred Foundry. Yup. Got him. Ooh, keyboard. Another Spell Snare. Could also potentially snap Spell Snare. I'm just gonna play a... I'm gonna get this Colonnade out of the way. Alright, so I don't really want to cast this. I really need to save this for Master of Waves big time. It's not even close. I do want to kill his lords. I suppose I can path. Because I still potentially have Snapcaster Mage to get this path to exile for a Master of Waves. Electrolyze. So I think if he flashes in a Lord, it is worth electrolyzing. Didn't. I probably should have spell snared that. I was just thinking like, oh, I can electrolyze it, but there's no reason to let him draw. Why did he tap his mana like that? I'm so confused. Why is he not attacking? He must not have a Lord in hand. Let's see. I think I'll just electrolyze this while I can. Ooh, if he does have a Lord, that would have been like totally blowout because it would have been a 3/3. That would have been disgusting. Okay, so if we play this, we can have Snap Electrolyze if we need it. Although, actually, we don't really want to use that Snapcaster Mage. I mean, this is like a really tempting target, though. I mean, we're at 17. I don't think we can do that. I think we really need to try and save Path to Exile for Master of Waves. God, I wish I knew it was in his hand. Let's just play this. Just activating. All right. So he's either I like he could still have a Lord and he's just trying to like be super next level-y, but I don't think so. That seems a little much. Okay, so I think we have to snap bolt. Unfortunately. Block. Here. That way if he does flash in a Lord, it still dies. And bolt this. All right, so we're going to activate Colonnade and block something. Probably the Mutavault. He could also just Harbinger our Colonnade back to our hand, which would be gross. But it's not like we really do anything about that. So I don't know what Cryptic Command would have been, but I feel like this is kind of why we brought it in. Not that it's an amazing use of it, but I feel like the other option was going to be something like a Wall of Omens or something equally just not very impressive. Although I guess Wall would be reasonable in this game since he hasn't really had a Lord. But obviously at combat here, we're going to just tap draw. So there is a Supreme Verdict, which is really funny because I said, well, maybe we'll bring in a Cryptic Command and we'll use we'll be able to use it to draw a draw Supreme Verdict. It's funny how that worked out exactly as we said. But I don't think it's actually going to be very good here. I still think we're probably dead. What I think is going to happen is he's going to like flash in a Lord, or at the very least what I think is going to happen is like I think he could flash in a Lord and flash in a Harbinger or something like that. Or at the very least we're going to Wrath right now, and he's just going to untap and play a he's just going to untap and play Master of Waves. So at least we can technically Spell Snare this, even though we paid 4. So there is the Lord. So we play Kiki Jiki and trade Kiki Jiki, or we also invest what is essentially 5 mana and try to block with Colonnade, and it doesn't die. So I think that's the plan. Oh, and I just didn't play this land because I just didn't see a real reason to. I kind of didn't want him to realize that we just drew a land. All right, the fact that he's attacking in here makes me think that he has like a lord in his hand or just some way to sort of answer this, and he's not at all afraid of our meager little defense. Like he's gonna bounce it with Harbinger probably, or just dismember it, and we're still dead. So that would have happened also if we Kiki Jiki'd. Yeah. So lost to Merfolk. Went 2-3 in the league. All right. Well. Okay. So unfortunately lost against Merfolk. I don't feel like we made a couple of small mistakes. Like we probably should have spell snared the Silvergill Adept instead of just hitting okay. I don't know that we made any other like horrific mistakes. I still like this deck. So I don't like these. Like it was an interesting idea. I'm just not really that into them. I'm not sure what I would put here. Maybe just another Electrolyze. I don't know how good Electrolyze is right now, so that could be a mistake. Maybe a League. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully we can get this boat turned around and start winning more games. I know you guys would enjoy that more. I'm doing my best. But like, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Draw well, smash face.